love. But where you're going to get a very successful business from is in your ability to take somebody who doesn't really know you, who's heard about you on a whim, from I'm lukewarm right now, to 20 minutes later being boiling hot. And anytime they're wrestling with, I want in-network or I want out-of-network, yeah, look, your brain's going to go, oh, this is a money thing. They just want the cheapest. They're not really bothered. I'm going to encourage you to not rule anybody out and give everybody, unless they're rude, it's always been my mantra in my office, unless they're rude and they're like, well, this is fucking crazy that you just, what do you mean? I'll piss off. Like, that person's got to go. But if there's genuine, oh, I'm a little shocked here, I'm a little spooked right now, I can work with that patient. And we'll dig into it and talk about it. But it's important that you understand what I've just said there. That when people call your office and they realize that you're not in network, I'm going to encourage you to assume that they are, more than anything, shocked. And picture them, what? What do you out of network? What the hell's that? Cash? What do people pay cash for PT? And if you start there, it allows you to build the thing that they need. You then begin to understand, and this was the bit that might help you, you're going to get caught up, and all of you in a fight almost of, well, I just want to pay cash. Oh no, well, we provide a great service and we give you a super bill, and it's like, oh no, but I was just hoping to well, what do you mean you're out? And you start to fight with each other, right? And nobody's really in control of the situation. You argue your case to be superior clinically, and you're better, and you're going to give them one-on-one service, and you're going to do whatever that like you think makes you different. And at this point, you've just got two heads clashing, because primarily you've got somebody who's shocked. I don't know about you, but when I'm shocked and spooked, there ain't much blood going to my brain. If I'm shocked or spooked, I'm frightened, I'm nervous, I'm in a situation where I'm now defending myself. I'm worried about actually getting into something that I don't want to be into, and I'm looking for actually more reasons to come away from it. So I'll become more and more irrational. I'll become more and more fucking stupid. And you're like having this conversation with somebody who could be actually a reasonably decent person, but is just spooked right now. That's because that's the reality of the situation. That we antagonize them in that situation. And it's your awareness of it when it comes up. And again, there'll be some tactical things like having that conversation that says, hey, look, I suspect right now you want to use Roscoe Physiotherapy, is that correct? Yes. All right, cool. Do you want to tell me why? What attracted you to us? What was it that you absolutely, Mrs. Smith, you had 9 other, I assume there's another 10 providers around here. They know that. They're not stupid, right? I assume you called us today for our reason. Do you mind telling me what that was? Well, I really like this, or I liked it when I saw this on your website. All right, well, if that's what appealed you to us, let's talk about that. Whether it is the service, whether it is the fact that we specialize in something that you want. Can we talk about that? Because I think, would you not agree, Mrs. Smith, that's probably what's most important, unless, and here's the kicker, unless you're telling me that the only thing that you want is the cheapest possible physical therapy. Because if you do, we're not your team. However, if you're open for a conversation, and I appreciate right now that you might be leaning towards being a little shocked or a little caught off guard of the fact that we're out of network. But if you're telling me you want this that we do, which you just have, can we have a good 10 or 15 minute conversation about that, about you, about what you want? And we'll come back to the money conversation in 10 or 15 minutes. Only one of two things can happen. Phone goes down, not your patient. Conversation remains, you're in. You have now 15 to 20 minutes to build your own preeminence. This is what makes us different. Mrs. Smith, tell us, look, in fact, Mrs. Smith, I'm gonna go and close the door. I'm gonna close the door. In fact, I'm gonna go and boil myself a cup of coffee, because you and I are gonna have a good conversation for the next 20 minutes about you. I suggest you do the same. Now, I'm not saying these words, but figuratively, this is kind of what I'm trying to do. It's like if me and you were stood in here now and we were going face to face, I'd be like, look, sit down. This is too important for us to just fucking, get this over with in 2 minutes. Sit down. I'm starting to exert a little bit of control of this conversation right now to make you feel better about yourself. I'm taking control. I'm taking the lead in this. Is what you need me to do. Let's have a conversation about what you really want. You mentioned that you like this about Roscoe Physio. Great. So do most of our patients. This is what we stand for. This is what we're about. This is what we do. This is how we've gone from 0 to however many patients a week in 2 years, which is phenomenal. That we do it because of this thing. Now let me ask about you. What is it you're looking for? What are you in terms of a solution? What do you want to be able to get back to? I want to play golf. I want to do whatever. Great. Do you know what? I had 3 golfers in this morning. They all play at this course, this course, and this course. All tell me about their real frustrations being this, and this. You know, the frustration of the golfer, can't hit the ball straight, can't hit the ball far, laughed at by his friends, can't make it to the 19th to have a beer, always whinging, always whining, to the point where he can't even get on the course, has to stay at home, 5.5 grand clubs he's just bought and not being used, and 25 grand fees down the drain that his wife's now kicking him up the ass for because it's another waste of money. That's what they need to hear. That's the preeminence. That's the, oh, this is comfortable. This lady now speaks my language. This clinic's different. This clinic isn't speaking to me about tactical PT. You know, we'll do you some exercises and we'll do one-on-one care. Who gives a shit? You presuppose that that's what they think they want. They don't. They haven't got a clue of what they want. And it's safe for you to assume that. They don't know what they want. They want an outcome. That's the only thing that they do know, but they won't communicate that to you. The only chance that you've got is when you recognize it. So this is back to that, I'm feeling it. And you've almost got to get to the point where you're feeling it and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get mad. Like, don't go there with me type scenario. Don't get me into this fight about in-network and out-of-network. And it's like, all right, you went there, close the door, sit down, let's get this over with. Let's thrash this out. If you want to have this type of conversation, let's have it. First of all, what attracted you to Roscoe Physio? Assuming, by the way, like I said, if you only want the cheapest, we ain't your guys. But I have got 3 names of cheaper physios that I'm happy to give to you right now. What do you want? There's a little bit of certainty. Every one of my offices has 3 names of competitors right next to the phone. You want the cheaper provider? Paul's happy to give it to you. Please tell them that we sent you with our love. That's basically what's coming across on the phone. But most people don't want to go there. They don't. They need to feel. And then they start to be happy. And this is what will get you if you embrace this. The difference that they're going to have to pay you is actually in the certainty in the way that you speak to them. That's really in the end what it will come down to. You pay, when you look at, you have a choice of 2 doctors, 2 dentists, 2 chiros, 2 whatever. The $50 difference in the higher one, you're paying because it felt like they understood you better. Yes or no? All over the world. You show me your situation that you have paid more money than the other option that you had, and try and tell me with a straight face that you didn't pay it because you felt as though that you were understood better, that they could meet your needs better, that they got you, that they sounded certain in themselves, and they just made you feel like that was the place to spend your additional $50. Nothing to do with the actual qualification, the skill, the thing. So you've got to get these patients to the point of, first of all, decide, are you in or out? If it's cheap, you're not our gal and you need to go somewhere else. Off you do go. However, if you're telling me that you're a little shocked and you're a little spooked by the fact that we're a cash type clinic, I'd love 10 or 15 minutes of your time to have a conversation with you about why we still could help you.
Thanks for watching this video. And if you found it helpful, and if you now find yourself thinking, I wonder what else this person can help me with, head over to paulgough.com/books, where you can find my best-selling books, which will show you how to add more profit to your practice. Or send an email to paul@paulgough.com to ask about how we can help you accelerate the growth and profitability of your clinic. And by the way, if you know anybody who would find this helpful, please share this video out. Thanks so much.